You know, online dating is an estimated $1 billion a year industry, and now hard science is helping make it easier to find true love. A new matchmaking system uses DNA to help find your dream date, and it's redefining what it means to be compatible.
Stacy Rosenberg has tried just about everything in search of Mr. Right.
I've tried several of the websites, chemistry.com, JDate, Match.com, eHarmony. I've gotten referrals from friends. I've gone on some singles trips, this speed dating.
She spends her nights looking for a relationship and her days trying to fix them. As a life coach and therapist for the past 12 years, she's helped others heal their relationships.
I've spent a lot of time working on my career and making myself the best that I can be, and I'm waiting to find somebody who's done the same thing.
But making that perfect match has always been an inexact science. Kissing a few frogs, unavoidable. Until now. With the use of DNA technology, the science of dating has become a whole lot less inexact.
Whether you will find somebody attractive actually depends on specific genetic background that you have.
A company called GenePartner says they've isolated the compatibility gene. They say the genetic rules of attraction make us predisposed to choose a mate with a matching genetic code, so our offspring will prosper. And for just $99, they'll test your DNA, your genetic code, for a love connection.
It's really, really accurate. Now, of course, you have to keep in mind that this is biological compatibility. There's always a big portion that is a social compatibility that is important. So both of these need to match and need to be good for a relationship to work.
DNA won't help you woo your lover, but it can help you narrow the field.
You can get into a very fancy car and know everything about the engine, but when you drive that car, you feel that rush. In the same way, I think the more you know about love, the more you can enjoy it.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So we asked Stacy and her date Ellie, a 34-year-old business consultant, for a dab of DNA on their first date.
Yum. It's going wonderful. The perfect environment was picked. I saw your eyes light up.
I never had that strawberry coconut. It was a little awkward at first, but food's good, company's good. If we're both getting ahead and working hard, when is the time to stop and be together? And I think we might not be compatible in that area.
If I knew somebody was a genetic match, I would expect more from the initial meeting.
If we were a perfect DNA match, I wouldn't be surprised. It's hard to tell, so it'll be interesting to see what the results say. Oh, thank you.
For asking me to come.
And joining us now are two incredibly good sports, our intrepid daters, Stacy Rosenberg and Ellie Cotter. Welcome.
Morning.
So guess what? In my hot little hand, I hold, not unlike Oscar night, the envelope, please. Should we open it? These are the results of your DNA test that you were nice enough to take. And basically, your overall result is 90% compatibility. Now, of course, this is just biological compatibility. It doesn't talk about social compatibility, which is another component, but it talks about very high level of attraction, very high type of interest. They talk about something, the science of symmetry of attraction, and the probability of a successful pregnancy. Not that we're jumping ahead of ourselves or anything. What do you think about all this, Ellie? What's your reaction to the results?
Well, we were actually just discussing the results, and just from our date, we realized that we were compatible. And, looking at the DNA test now, if we would have done this prior to the date and had the results prior to the date, I think we would have been more anxious. Right. And probably expected more of the date.
But does it kindle whatever sparks is there? Does it make you sort of want to try again, try further, pique your interest?
I think it does. It's an interesting concept, and it makes you feel, wow, we're compatible based on DNA. There's got to be some real science to
So we
that.
got to give it a real try. Because some might think, well, this is just too much expectations. You're just, the
gets
pressure.
exciting.
It does. It makes it exciting. It's not pressure.
Right. Well, it makes it more exciting.
Mm-hmm. And so do you think this will catch on in popularity? I mean, it sounds like you think people should try it after they've tried a first date.
I think it could go either way, because prior to a first date, it may give you more comfort in knowing that you're pursuing something that would be appropriate for you.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for trying it. I appreciate you're even willing to dab yourself for our cause. I appreciate your being here. And good luck to
Thank you very much.
Thank you.